In the case with U.S. Attorney, Assistant U.S. Attorney L.A. McClain and John Hudusek, told Raymond Scales Judge Brooks is going to call a Rule 3.3. So you have the option of calling a mistrial or continue on probe the case. Electronic surveillance on a RICO Act, fake RICO Act, trying to stop the tournament of lilies, Deuteronomy 28:68, gathering of all the Canaanites in North America, and the Washington, D.C. DEA John Guzman said, we're going to set him up, 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 set him up. I said, you're going to set up John Guzman. Well, Raymond Scales said, John Guzman said he's going to set him up, 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 set him up. Who you going to set up, John Guzman? Set up to Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C., DEA, and the federal agents, U.S. Marshal know about the black voodoo in the Burgh. Ain't you heard? Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh. Dezzzert Eagle. Upstate New York. Albany, let me hear you yell. Give a shout out to Albany, New York. Got Albany up in the house with Dezzzert Eagle. Schenectady up in the house, Dezzzert Eagle. Troy up in the house, Dezzzert Eagle. Ain't you heard? Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh. Ain't you heard? They set my Uncle Chuck up, forged an indictment in the forged bail hearing. It was wicked. Raymond Scales from Pitt, PA, smoothcriminal.net. He made it all happen. Went to the arraignment January the 1st, 1990. Dezzzert Eagle. Ain't you heard? Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh. Troy, New York. Let's give a shout out for Big Troy. Troy, New York in the house. Syracuse in the house. Buffalo in the house. Brooklyn, Queens, Harlem, Manhattan, Staten Island, the Bronx, down on Amsterdam where they be swinging. New York. Ain't you heard? Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh. Giving a big shout out to Homewood Dogs, first Little League World Championship, and the Steubenville Tigers runner up down at Couples Stadium. And then the 5 Pittsburgh Hill Disciples made it all the way to the championship last year. We're going to be recording this year, 2024, with Tony Dorsett Award and Hugh Green, #1 defensive player, and Tony Dorsett, #1 offensive player. We got it going on right here. And Chris Doman, most achieved throughout the year, recording live, 103.4 JAZZ at the University of Pittsburgh. Ain't you heard? Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh. There go the towers right there. 3, you see the C, Tower C. We got Attorney Verdell Dean, 412-471-3327. She was in the case with her Linda L. Montgomery. They defrauded her spouse. Took him to court. Told me he's going to go to prison for 70 months. 60 in and 10 out in the halfway house in Washington, D.C. Went down to Jessup, Georgia. Had to pound 5 guys. Knocked them out. Give a big shout out to Fastback down in Jacksonville for the gangbang. Then we going up to Butler, North Carolina. Locked him up. Gave him an overdose from drugs. Had him in there. Couldn't walk. Had him in a wheelchair. Same way they're trying to do right now on the outside. Then send him over to Petersburg, Dr. Kenya Pugh. And then send him to Allenwood and out. Recording live, 103.4 JCC Radio.